I'm here with former Binghamton Colonial, Billy Baldwin. How's it going, Billy?
Great. Excited to be back here on campus for the big dual meet with 4th-ranked Cornell tomorrow.
Now, you watched the Oklahoma match. What are your thoughts after that?
I pulled many, let me clarify that. I didn't pull many all-nighters as a student at Binghamton, even though the only all-nighters I ever pulled were as a student. And the other night I pulled a wrestling all-nighter. I was in Denmark in Copenhagen, and I finished shooting at 11:30, and the match came on at 1, and I watched that till 3 in Copenhagen, Denmark time. And then I had to go right to the airport to fly back to New York. So that was 2 or 3 days ago, and here I am for the Cornell match. But my takeaway from that is I don't think people wanted to hear that in the moment within hours following the loss to Oklahoma, but absolutely nothing to hang your head about. Incredible progress, incredible growth, lot to learn, lot to be proud of, not just from the alumni and people that support the wrestling community here in the Southern Tier in Binghamton, but for the guys on the team and for the coaching staff. Just a lot of progress and a lot to be proud of. And quite frankly, it's not like we're right on schedule. We're ahead of schedule. The stuff that we're doing now to go to the heavyweight bout with Iowa State last year, and to defeat Arizona State, and to defeat Purdue this year, to be 8-0 and go toe to toe with Oklahoma and come right down to the final 2 bouts. And you all saw or you heard about it. I mean, if Cody Reed gets that 2 at the buzzer, we win 18-17 instead of losing 20-15. So we're right there. We're super. We're much better than a couple of years ago, and we're much deeper than we were a couple of years ago. We've got some real horses at 6 or 7 weights, and we need to develop some guys at the other weights. But it's going to be very exciting to see what happens when we wrestle in the CAA duels and we get our hands on Drexel, Ryder, Old Dominion, Hofstra. The rest of the season is going to be real interesting.
What are your thoughts about Cornell coming into the Binghamton Event Center tomorrow and taking on the Bearcats?
Well, I know Cornell's reputation precedes them. I know, the coaching staff over there. My head coach when I was here, Steve Erber, who coached your dad, Tim. Steve Erber's an associate director over there, and I'm not really that familiar, beyond Dake and a few of the other guys. I know they're ranked 4th. I don't know how we match up against them, but I think it's the kind of match where it could go either way. I think we can sneak that 5th or 6th win. I certainly don't anticipate them, humiliating us in any way. I think that we've got too many good guys. Just Gwiazdowski's too good, and of course Justin Lister and Donnie Vinson and Cody Reed and Nate Scheidel and all the way up and down the lineup. If we can get a big win, if we can get a surprise matchup with Patrick Hunter or Benaldi or Steely, and we can take a match early in the top 3 or 4 matches, then once we get to 149, it's anybody's match really.
What are your thoughts going forward with the rest of the year? You talked about the CAA duels a little bit and the CAA teams, but what are your thoughts on the team moving forward to the end of March at Nationals?
Well, I don't want this, again, I'm just thrilled with where we are today and the culture that you and Frank Beasley and Pat Popolizio have created here and will continue to create. I mean, he's down at the Eastern Duels this morning, and as soon as they walk in the door, the whole place is buzzing over the dual meet with Oklahoma and how we knocked on the door of knocking off a top 10 ranked team. And this isn't this isn't something that's here for the moment, and it may not be here tomorrow. I think that the squad we're building, the depth we're building, the culture that we're building. I mean, you guys are building.
You're a big part of it.
Well, you know what I mean. I live 3,000 miles away. I'm very excited to support in any way that I can. But what you've created here is built to last, and I'm very excited about that, very proud of that. And quite honestly, I think that we could do some real damage. I'm not making any predictions here, but I think that we could do some real damage with the rest of our dual meets, and I think that we could. I think we could win the CAA tournament, and I think we could qualify as many as I don't even know. You know better than I do, but it seems to me that there's 6 guys that stand out to me that could could go to nationals again this year like last year. And hopefully, unlike last year, we have guys that we could have our first year where we have multiple All-Americans. And certainly guys that win a lot of matches and score a lot of points. I could easily see Cody Reed going there and winning a few matches and maybe becoming an All-American. I could definitely see Gwiz winning a couple matches and becoming an All-American. And quite frankly, I expect Lister and Vincent to go very deep in the tournament and to really step it up and turn it on for the tournament. And we'll see. Everybody knows that that Nate Scheidels is an All-American in waiting. We'll see how it goes this year. Very, very cool kid, very exciting wrestler to watch. And I think those are it's Donnie. Who are the six? It's Donnie, Scheidel, and Matt. That's going to be very interesting too. I'm so proud of that kid. I mean, I can't tell you, to have him do what he's done for this team and for this program, the sacrifice, the commitment. If we had, from top to bottom, kids who had a head like Kaler and a heart like Kaler, we'd be right there with Cornell tomorrow. I'll tell you right now, that kid is a total closer, total gamer.
Kaler's a warrior.
Yeah, total warrior. Love that guy.
Well, thank you, Billy, very much. It was great catching up with you, and look forward to seeing how the rest of the season goes.
Yeah. See you in St. Louis, baby.